was thinking more like
well, I
I was
guess
going to say Ace Ventura. That's not who I'm thinking of. The Jesse Ventura.
Oh yeah. All right, different Ventura.
I don't think Eric got to see the.
Ooh, the axe, nice. Wow, what's that? Is that like made out of like acrylic or something? Like is it all glossy?
Yeah, it's
a
like a
guitar?
regular finish guitar.
Cool. Wow, that's crazy. Did you just get it? I see the tag on it.
No, I've kept it for a while. I mean, I don't know how to play, so it's like a collector's item.
Oh, okay.
That Gene Simmons thing that was behind me, that's actually the bag that it comes with.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was. Nice.
Oh, I've got to.
But I'm going to learn. I'm learning to play.
Cool.
Well, I'm going to try to learn to play.
So you can start by adding bass to the Injustice for All album. That'd be cool.
Anything I do will be new, right?
Right.
I don't care for that crappy album. So
you can play your bass, and I'll play my accordion, and Darrell.
We'll do all the other.
You can play, everything else really.
Yeah, I just ordered. I didn't need Darrell after all. There was a guy in the Atlanta area that had a bass that I wanted, and I was going to try to get Darrell the money so he could go and pick it up for me, so I didn't have to have it shipped and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then the bass I really, really wanted became available from a different place.
I was wondering what had happened with that.
Yeah, so the guy in the Atlanta area had a BC Rich Mockingbird bass. It's just one of their models. You can look it up, but I really liked it, and it was a pretty good price, for what they normally go for. But I was really looking for a few years ago, about 20 years ago, BC Rich made a white Warlock bass with the blood splatter all over it. Mm-hmm. And I actually joined a BC Rich Facebook group, buy sell group or whatever, and posted, like, hey, I'm looking for one of these. And, just because I thought it would be great to have. And a ton of people start messaging me like links to and screenshots of sold listings, which of course don't do me any good.
Right.
And, but they were all like $1,000 or this, that, or the other, and they're those are really tough. The guitars are hard enough, but the basses are dang near impossible. And all of that, and then so I was like, okay, and I kept checking, and nobody had any. And then one day earlier this week, one of the members tags me, and there's a guy in Washington State that has listed one on the Facebook Marketplace for $400. And so I messaged him and said, would you ship it? And he didn't really want to ship it. I guess he didn't know if I was serious. I was like, look, I'm a serious buyer. I'll pay you right now for it. And then once you find out how much the shipping is, just let me know. And so it was like, cool. So it should be here next week. I'm pretty excited, actually.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Cost a shitload to get it shipped, though.
Where's it coming from?
Washington State.
Oh, okay. So
about as far away as you can get, other than Alaska.
Right. That's pretty cool. So, do you want to get into some NFTs? Are you gonna? Oh, that's right. You don't know what they are. You need to search them. You need to look it up.
Well, I was about to, but then Darrell said I needed to stick around and go live.
Oh yeah.
So what's up? Do it live. We'll do it live.
Do it live. Yes. So we just got off the train. Got off the train.
Where's your head at?
We just filmed a video. I don't know. I think I was there was a phrase I had somewhere in my brain that kind of dissolved away. It's this stuff that made it go away. I just literally took like 2 sips after we were done with this video, and now
Well,
I'm
maybe
like, ugh.
maybe you need to take 2 more and it'll all come back.
Oh, because I didn't eat dinner. That's exactly why.
Ah,
So one sip equals
dinner's
10.
overrated.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, so we just filmed an E&D show, and this one's a special one. We're not going to tell you what it's about at all, but you see that Larry's here, so he's in it. But it's a special occasion.
My drink has lots of limes in it and sugar.
Lots of limes.
And
Is limeade?
If you put booze in it.
Is that what LOL stands for? Lots of limes.
Lots of limes.
What's up, my Gen X brothers? Larry's birthday? Nope, it's not Larry's birthday. It's so kind of obscure, you probably won't guess what this special occasion is. It's very if you guess what it is, I'll be very impressed, and I'll tell you, yes, you guessed it correctly, but it's not worth guessing because
but
we could be here all night, literally.
Happy anniversary, everybody!
Yay!
Today, well, not today specifically, but this week. This week marks the 1-year anniversary of the Eric and Darrell channel, and so that was kind of loosely the topic of our newest video that we recorded tonight. And it was such an important video that, of course, we had to have our most famous of characters, and that would be Larry Marcelli himself.
Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me back on, and always good to catch up with you guys.
We made him turn on his desk lamp and turn off his ceiling fan.
Look, I'm not in a creepy dungeon or anything like this. This is my junk room at my house where I do my eBay selling at night and stuff. So it's not. I don't have the fancy schmancy setup like these guys here, but you know,
that's
why they get paid the big bucks.
It's a shipping fulfillment warehouse right there.
That's exactly what it
is. Nice.
Sometimes I can even find stuff in here. Sometimes.
Let's see. You guys gonna jam out? I don't know, man. Are you gonna show off your bass?
I can show off a bass. Yeah, I got it. So
I like the tag you have still on it.
Right.
How long have you had that thing?
Do what?
How long have you had this thing?
It's been years. You know, I bought it as a collector's item. My Gene Simmons Axe bass.
And it's still got the tag on it?
Well, yeah. If you ever have to sell it, you want it to be in top shape.
What is this, like an action figure that's still in the packaging?
Similar concept.
Or it's kind of like the sneakers with tag, or the hat, right? With the tag on it, but you still wear the hat.
Please, that's so annoying.
Well, I kind of blame you, Darrell. And
I swear, every sentence you utter starts that way. I kind of blame you.
I kind of blame you and all of y'all's followers, because I get bombarded with questions in my messages all the time about, you know, like, what, you know, do you play music? What instrument do you play? And it's like I lip sing and play air guitar. And I can do air drums, and sometimes I can do air keyboards. But you know, I'm pretty efficient. There you go. Yeah, I'm pretty efficient at all of the air instruments. But then I have to tell people that, you know, Darrell, he can play guitar and he can sing, and then Tommy, you know, the original guy from the air band, you know, he's an accomplished drummer. And, you know, Eric can play, you know, the keyboard, piano, and the accordion, you know, and stuff like that. And I can't do anything.
You actually can play the accordion.
So I have decided that this is going to be the year. I'm going to learn to play the bass guitar that I was supposed to learn to play back in the 80s for the rock band that never happened. So I don't think I'm going to get very good at it, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Nice. Okay.
It's about fucking time. That's all I gotta say.
Well, when you were as when you were as accomplished as I was with the air band, you didn't have to expand your horizons very much. But I like to get together with my buddies maybe and play real music instead of just airing to somebody else's. So
Hey,
it could happen.
And
Whoa.
it's only 4 strings and usually only one note at a time. How
Well,
hard can it be?
That's true.
That's how I got pegged as the bass player. For the band that never happened was Tommy says, "Hey Larry, you're going to be the bass player. You need to get a bass for Christmas." And I said, "Well, I'm going to be the bass player." I said, "I don't know how to play the bass." He's like, "Yeah, that's the best part, man. For this music, all you got to do is hit the open top string a whole bunch,
Blah 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 blah.
and that's all you got to do for the rock music we're going to play." So I was like, "That sounds good to me. I'll get the bass." And
You gotta hold it up real high,
Yeah, like over your
where it
head.
just covers your face. Like you can't even see your face because it's like.
I can do that. So, but I'm going to learn. That's what I'm going to do. You check back in a few months, and
Cool.
I might be better. I don't know.
Nice, sweet.
So why Larry doesn't have a feed of the YouTube up right now. But
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. He's technically stupid.
I think what he meant is technologically stupid.
Oh,
Did you mean
technically, like,
he's
I meant something
technically-
entirely different.
He's technically stupid. Like, he's he's a simpleton. I mean, let's just say that a doctor has diagnosed him. I'm kidding. No, but if any of you have any questions for Larry specifically, technically challenged, yes. Now would be the time because I can read them to him because I've got them up on my screen. I'm sure Eric does too.
Yeah.
I'll take challenged over stupid.
Words matter to attorneys. They do matter to attorneys.
Yes. I see Allison said, young Eric looks like he could be my son if I had one. That's a weird comment, but okay.
I'll go ahead and answer this one for Larry. Yes, that is Larry.
That's me.
Oh, is that Larry? Yes.
Is that Larry?
That's the real one. Oh, the message was retracted. That's weird.
Well, there you go. Because it was
Redacted.
answered. It was answered correctly.
All right, we marked that one off. Any more that we can redact? Is that Larry's office?
No, it's the home office downstairs where I do a lot of I sell a lot of collectibles and stuff like that. So it's kind of my junk room where I plug away on eBay and list a bunch of crap. But it's not. I don't do any of my law stuff here. I leave that stuff at the real office. I don't bring it home.
And correct me if I'm wrong. The one time that I stayed at your house, did I stay in that room?
No, it'd have been the next room.
Oh, okay. You actually
Yeah.
have a guest room.
Yeah, it's got more junk in it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I remember it being it kind of looked like a place where
You're upstairs.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, which is even worse now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Heather says, Larry, the life of the party.
What
Except for it's 9:20 and about 30 minutes after my bedtime, but I'm trying. I'm trying for you guys.
What does Larry sell on eBay?
What do I sell? Well, I've always dealt in the comic books and the collectibles and stuff like that. It's been kind of slow lately. I haven't been doing near as much, but it's Hit Comics, HITCOMICS. You can, I think I've got some stuff in the eBay store. I think I may have a few things on auction right now. But I just pretty much no Sweet Macabre merchandise or anything like that yet. But one day the red spandex pants may end up, stage worn. May end up on there. Who knows? But no, it's mainly just collectibles and stuff like that. I've been dealing in comics and action figures and all kinds of geek and nerd stuff, since the '80s. So and Kiss merchandise. I like Kiss stuff.
Speaking of Kiss, hello to Brazil. Huge fans of Kiss in Brazil, I know. But we have some fans from Brazil. I just wanted to
Kiss
give
played
them
their
a
last
quick shout out.
their last show with makeup in Rio de Janeiro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you have it. You actually answered one of the questions. What was your eBay name? So we'll skip that one. Oh, here's a very good one. Orange juice, pulp or no pulp?
No orange juice at all.
God. That's a classic Larry answer right there.
If I had to have orange juice, if I had to drink it, absolutely, without a doubt, no pulp. Hold your nose, chug it, and be done with it.
What is wrong with orange? What is your problem with orange juice?
I'm not a big fan of the orange flavor. I don't even like orange Starburst. I do like Tang.
That's your reference for all of life, isn't it?
I usually can tie it back to a candy bar.
How does it taste in comparison to Starburst? Oh my God, Larry.
Well,
I've said it before. Got the palate of a 6-year-old.
Dude, but I'm working on it, man. I'm like up to 8 years old by now.
You have always been very gracious about me forcing you into eating some questionable things.
So. Yeah, I even tried that. I don't know what it was at that Korean barbecue place. I'm not sure what that was, but I tried that.
Stop it.
Stop
it. Just don't go there.
It was okay.
Korean food for $2.
I seem to remember being quite a bit more than that.
Larry does not have a YouTube channel. I'll answer that for him. But do you have any interest in having your own YouTube channel?
I think most of the I've been being told by a lot of my lawyer colleagues that I really need to do that for my law practice, but I just don't really have. I mean, quite honestly, I just don't have the time. And I know that seems like a lame excuse, but I mean, I don't. I stay pretty busy with that, and I don't need to do advertising to get more business because I can barely keep up with what.
I mean, you have to pick
with what I've got, and I like interacting with the folks.
Yeah. Well, you have to kind of pick your avenue, right? It's like it would be great if I could do everything in the world. I want to skydive. I want to ski. I want to learn how to fly a plane. I want to do, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's all great, but what does time allow? It's like time only allows for certain things. And me and Darrell have dedicated our lives to like filming things through camera lenses.
Well, and it's like I said, I mean, here it is 9:30 on a Friday night. I've been up since 5:30. I'm about ready to call it a night, and you guys are just getting started. So, but maybe I won't roll it out. I could, if I can figure out how to do it, I might have.
No, I have to get to bed at a reasonable time because I have a tennis match in the morning. So, yeah.
You got any money riding on it? How important is this tennis match?
It's the first match of the season, so I wouldn't.
You want to get off to a good start?
Is it just about reputation, or is it about are there stakes? What's the stakes?
The stakes are your personal pride.
Oh, okay.
Not ribeye
and ass.
Okay.
Just hoping for a flattering note on your windshield after the match.
Okay. Did that happen before?
I think that's one of those inside joke things that you were talking about earlier. That
Is it story time?
No, never mind.
No
story time. No,
I'm happy to tell this story.
Oh, that story. As long as none of my stories are
I
going to
don't
get
know
dragged.
this story. No, this story. This is a funny story. So, I play tennis. I live in Decatur. For those of you in Brazil, that would be Decatur. I live in Decatur, Georgia, and okay, so
It's too late now, buddy. You got to do it.
I know I'm in it. So a lot of my teammates are gay men. I'm on this men's league, and a lot of them are gay, and so multiple teams practice at this court. Several years ago, I'm at team practice. We're all playing. And after practice, I go to my car, and there's a little scrap of paper on the windshield. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I take it off, and and there's a note. And I can't remember what it. Do you remember what it says? I think you actually would. You probably have it memorized.
I don't have it memorized. I'll defer to you.
All right. But the gist of the note was.
You might be better to keep it that way.
The gist of the note was, you're hot. If you ever want a blowjob, let me know, Steve.
Wow. Okay.
And the reason it's funny, well, for a number of reasons, but the reason it's funny is for years, and I should be real clear, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't care. Whatever people, sexual preference is, that is perfectly cool. But
yeah, whatever, man, knock yourself
right.
out. But
for years, I have had friends ask me, "Is Darrell gay? Is Darrell gay?" Because he's tall and slender, and he dresses like, I always give him crap, artsy fartsy. He works in film, so he kind of has that look about him, and to where people would ask. And I remember one of my favorite times was when Darrell had uploaded a bunch of pictures on Facebook of him in drag from like a Halloween party or something.
What are you talking about?
And I said, well, you're not doing a whole lot to help me convince people, Darrell, when you're, there's the Halloween where you're
never dressed up in drag for Halloween.
Go back and look. You've got it with the makeup and the hair and the lipstick and the.
Are you talking about when I dressed up as Peter Murphy?
I don't know what it was.
Maybe.
I think so. Oh,
but anyway,
I think of an actual drag.
Sanchella Vance. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Sanchella Vance. Thank you.
Oh yeah, so glad I found you guys.
Yeah,
your videos take me back. Thank you very much.
Sansala. Yeah.
Sansala.
Actually, I remember.
Maybe it's the Darrell Perry video. Oh.
The note actually started off with, no offense. That was a key point. No offense, but you're hot if you ever want a BJ.
No offense.
Yeah. like there's a possibility they knew they might piss me off by saying this. I don't know. I gotta hand it to like gay men, to gay men. It must be difficult, if you don't know if they're gay or not, but
I've had people on the channel ask me if I was gay many times. I don't know if that's just a generic thing that you ask males, because I've never asked a guy ever in my life if he was gay. Because for one thing, I don't care, and for another thing, that's nothing. I never think of that.
It's not your.
It's like the last thing I would ever think about.
Right.
Like when I meet somebody.
And look, and the truth of the matter is, Darrell was most disappointed Steve didn't leave a phone number. He didn't know who the Steve was.
No. I think there was a phone number. Pretty sure.
Oh,
It was a phone number.
Yeah.
Just in case you
I
wanted
actually-
that, you know.
I actually took a picture. I've got the picture of the note.
Well,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You took a
I-
picture?
I took
Nice.
it.
You get up.
It's not every day you get something like that. You got
Right.
you gotta
That's a
you gotta
special,
hold on to
special
it.
moment.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
like, years from now, it's like, well, I'm not gay, but I got it.
Yeah.
Here's
I had to
the
put that
evidence.
down in my history document. maybe.
Exactly. Received.
Right.
Was hit upon via note on car. Or
Right.
how else would you document that? But
Right. Darrell's not gay. His boyfriend,
is. There's a comedian in the text. Oh, so funny. Anyways,
Are you drinking Fireball, lols? Happy weekend, guys. Yes.
Oh, hey, Larry.
I don't normally do that, but I just saw it the other day and was like,
Are you being
"Hey, I
paid
had
to advertise
my
that,
20s."
Eric?
You what?
Are you being paid to advertise that? You know my old rule.
Don't
I-
advertise.
I remember a certain guys schooling us about that, and
Hey, Larry, what's your favorite
89.
Rolling Stones album?
You know,
makes sense.
the one I don't have to listen to. No, just
Right.
kidding. I actually don't mind the Rolling Stones. I don't own any of their albums.
Really? You don't
I got
mind
like
the Rolling Stones? I'm surprised
I've
to hear
got
you
I've got
say
a
that.
greatest hits album or something like that, and I'll tap along to some of the songs and all that. But I've never, they were before my time. I've never gone out to and intentionally bought a Rolling Stones album. I take them over like Led Zeppelin or Van Halen.
Yeah.
Early Van Halen.
And on that note, we're going to delete this the live stream because we are getting.
Yeah, I'll just log off. I'll just log off. So.
Yeah, blasphemy. Yeah. What's your favorite Led Zeppelin album, Larry? I can answer this, the one he doesn't have to listen to. Anyway,
I don't care for Led Zeppelin at all.
Larry,
Voice.
your take on Stryper.
Stryper,
Pepper.
message-wise, was definitely not in my wheelhouse.
Right.
Neither growing up or now. But the music I always really liked. I mean, To Hell with the Devil was like a great album from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And before COVID shut down, I understood that they were playing some shows, and I think they were scheduled to come pretty close to here. And I think it ended up getting canceled. But if it gets rescheduled, I'll go check them out.
Yeah. So I've been wanting to check out Stryper, the new Stryper, really bad because we see so many comments on metal bands and stuff, and I started to kind of get a little previews here and there, and I was like, really? And I would click on their channel, and I'm like, whoa, these guys are rocking. But I wouldn't allow myself to watch like more than a few seconds at a time because I'm trying not to get spoiled, or I'm saving myself for the next aging metal bands, like because I love that series. It's so much fun, and I love that it's. Like I can rewatch like an old episode that we've recorded and know that was actually the first time I've seen. Like we don't fake it, right? We're not like acting or whatever. Like that's our reaction, right? So I'm saving myself for the next aging metal band's like reaction video because I want to like react on camera, right? Like, but I know that it's going to be good. I have a feeling I'm really going to like it. So
yeah, I've heard repeatedly that the new Stryper album is like, one of their better efforts of their whole catalog, not just as of late, but that it's really one of the better ones. And I need to check it out too. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Quick, Deltron67, thank you very much. You rock. Enough said. So
Enough said.
There we go. let's see. Oh, so well, I mean, the question was posed Metallica or Megadeth, but your take on Megadeth, Larry, because that was a band that we weren't super into. But
yeah, I'm gonna go Metallica over Megadeth, and it's gonna be strange for the guys that and the gals out there that follow those bands real closely, because the only real Metallica that I really like are the first three albums, which of course were kind of Dave Mustaine had a huge hand in writing and all of that, even though he wasn't in the band for a lot of those. I don't really care for later Metallica, and I never got into Megadeth. I mean, I like the hair metal bands. That was kind of that was kind of my wheelhouse as far as what I enjoyed and what I listened to. And Metallica was probably the heaviest that I ever really got into. I mean, I never got into like the Slayer or the Anthrax or the a lot of the heavier stuff. Metallica was about as heavy as it went, and those first three albums I really liked. But after that, once they got real popular with And Justice for All, and I can still listen to that one because I remember when it came out. But once you get to like the Black Album and on, which is strange because for so many people that's their idea of the quality Metallica. I don't really care for any of that stuff. I just like the earlier stuff. But if I had to pick between Metallica and Megadeth, I'm going to go Metallica and the early stuff.
Okay. Here's something that a lot of people have asked, and I don't think we really, even in the music episode, we just kind of glossed over it because I know why. But grunge. Let's talk about grunge real quick. Let's get it out of the way.
I'll end up costing you guys fans. Or subscribers. No, I don't care for grunge. It killed the music that I enjoyed. That pretty much put the nail in the coffin for the party rock and all of that. I will say, as I sit here at 46 years old and I can go back and listen to some of that stuff, I can at least appreciate some of the stuff like Nirvana and Alice in Chains and some of the pioneers, I guess, of grunge. I used to hate it. I mean, I hated it really, really bad. Probably resented it, to be quite honest. But I'm okay with listening to some of it. I'm not going to go buy any of the albums, and I'm not going to bend over backwards to go listen to it. But I don't necessarily, especially some of the more popular songs that were popular back then. If one comes on the radio or something like that, I'm not swerving off the road to turn it off anymore.
So. So you'd say there's some like Nirvana songs that, like, I don't know, come randomly on the radio somewhere and you're like, I recognize this, and oh yeah,
it's not that bad. Yeah, especially the I guess they did an acoustic thing at some point back then. I guess everybody did.
Yep.
And pretty much any of that, it's like, oh, I can listen to that. I mean,
I think their rendition of "Man Who Sold the World," David Bowie, Bowie, was probably a big hit from that acoustic set.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Kurt Cobain's voice is not for me. I get turned off of a lot of bands because I don't like the lead singer's voice. It's kind of weird that I like Motley Crue, right?
I really liked. I think of all the grunge stuff, like if I'm just going back and remembering that time period, like my first knee-jerk reaction was like Stone Temple Pilots. Like I was like, oh, that's a sound that I like.
I like them. Yeah.
But I mean, I never really got into them because I mean, that's kind of like that whole era I was just not into. But
well, and that's the thing, when that stuff came on the scene was what, 92, 93, 94, like in that range. Yeah. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Which is
I was in high school.
Crazy. It's crazy to think that because it seemed like it lasted forever, but
what's
his name?
Cobain?
Yeah, Kurt Cobain killed himself in when? 93, 94.
Somewhere around there.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean,
It was way earlier than I thought it was.
But during that whole period, I was graduating high school. I graduated in 93. So 91, 94 for you, 93 for me. But yeah.
No. April of 94 is when.
Oh, okay.
Killed himself.
And, music just in general, I guess because I didn't like the grunge stuff and I just really wasn't into much music at all. I wasn't following, anything anybody was doing. Motley Crue changed their lead singer. I never bought that album with, with John Corabi on vocals. That whole, there was like a 3 or 4 year void where music just wasn't significant to me.
I put on the Motley Crue Spotify radio, and Hooligan's Holiday came on, and I was like, oh my God. Like at first I was like, I knew the song, but I didn't like go, oh, Motley Crue.
Right.
I was just like, oh, this is some 90s song I know. And then it clicked finally, and I was like, oh shit, this is Motley Crue.
Wow, weird.
It's a really good album. It's just, as Nikki Sixx has always said, it's a good album. I'm glad we did it, but we should have called the band something else. It's a good album. It's just not a Motley Crue album. It doesn't sound like anything else that they've done.
Jalden Atwood, thank you so much. We really appreciate the support.
Jaden, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, Jaden, nice. Sorry, I can't read that on
What'd you
my
say?
Screen. I said Jalden. It looks like an L.
Oh yeah.
But it's an I. But it all got run together on my little screen. I couldn't read it.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for watching.
It's these old man eyes that have never needed glasses. Apparently they do now. Thanks for the support. Let's see.
He's got the old man eyes, not the Betty Davis eyes.
Oh,
so
funny.
Wait, what? Is that? My dog is freaking out.
You just happened to say Betty Davis eyes. That was
not freaking out.
Who did that song?
Chat room will remember. I don't remember
because I met her.
Oh,
yeah,
Betty Davis.
Not Betty Davis.
No,
but Kim Carnes. Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Typewriter.
Duran.
Guns N' Roses. Yeah, Kim Carnes. So I don't know. Like we grew up in the MTV age, so like that video was on all the fucking time. Never in my entire life would I think, oh, one day I'll meet Kim Carnes. But there I was on a movie set in Florence, Alabama, and the director knew her. Kim Carnes lives in Nashville, and so invited her down to set. And it was just this like random woman and her husband. And blah, 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 blah. Oh, and this is Kim Carnes. Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. Random.
I hear you got Betty Davis eyes.
Joe said, I used to listen to your one song all the time.
That one.
Yeah, I still do to this day. But
so I noticed my sister's in the chat room, Liz.
Oh, Liz. Hi, Liz.
You can see old family videos with Liz and her Beatle collection in her bedroom. Anyway, I saw her come up, and then I'm sure, are you still here? I did a search for her name, and she said boxer or briefs. Boxers. What about you guys?
Briefs all the way. As brief as possible.
Like real tight, like you're going scuba diving, like real tight, like.
You've seen the Speedo picture of them.
That's true. We all have. And then she said, Eric liked Nine Inch Nails, but I don't think he ever liked Nirvana. That's true. Like, Nirvana came out, and it was
never got into Nirvana.
I don't know. It was like kind of boring. Like it's all minor keys, right? It's on minor chords, and it's slow, and it's like. I don't know. It felt like lacking of energy coming up from like all this exciting music, right?
Yeah, all that really technical stuff that like Poison was doing.
Yes, and all the smoking in the boys' room, right? by Molly Crew. But I don't know. It just seemed like I don't know. I was kind of like waiting for something different to happen. The whole Nirvana thing. Well, I was like, okay, and that was my
Yeah,
And
my thing was, and this doesn't come as a surprise, from the guy that wore red spandex pants and fancied himself a rock star, because I was. I always expected with my music, I wanted to be entertained. If I went to a concert, I wanted to see a show. I wanted explosions. I wanted lights. I wanted costumes. I didn't want four dudes wearing their blue jeans and their flannel staring at their shoes, that are all millionaires telling me how shitty life was. It wasn't, it was, everything was
it was
downbeat. Everything sucks. Everything's like, no, I want to hear about, going to the strip club and girls and,
right.
and
It was the low vibes, right?
Strip club and girls.
It's that low kind of vibe from all of them. So, but at the time, like what came out of that genre, I guess, that I actually enjoyed was oh my god, Liz gave us $1. Yay! Thank you, Liz. Awesome.
If we split it 3 ways, we still have like a penny left over. What do we do with that?
I don't know.
pay it forward.
So I liked Stone Temple Pilots. Like I think that's the only album they actually bought, and it wasn't a tape; it was a CD. I remember clearly. I bought a Stone Temple Pilots CD, and I listened to it a bunch.
And I feel
Yeah, I was just about to say. Yeah, so that was in high school. Right.
Well, boy, I tell you, I never wanted to have one of their albums. But now that I've heard that, I think I'm going to have to look them up.
And then I like Pearl Jam, but only like a few songs. But I was kind of part of the party that like laughed at them.
Stand Pearl Jam,
right? Because it was funny, like
stand them.
That weird like clown face he would make. I don't know. Yeah. So it was a hit and miss with him. There was like 1 or 2 songs I like. I think I like Jeremy, but I didn't really like anything else. Right. And it might have been the radio that got me hooked, because back in the day, you don't always listen to like tapes and CDs. Like
I saw
the radio would bleed through sometimes, and
I saw the God, people are going to rip me for this because I can't remember his name. I saw the Stone Temple Pilots guy. He was the lead singer for a Velvet Revolver.
Yeah, with Slash.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Duff.
He had a great voice. He could fucking belt it out. Yeah.
Man, he's a horrible performer, man. He's out there doing weird shit with his arms and acting all. I guess when you're fucked up on heroin 24/7, I guess it's hard not to act
country
weird.
Guy. What the fuck are you talking about? Metalhead 2020. Can't stand New Country. Fuck that shit.
What is New Country? Like New Country now?
Yeah, I don't even understand how
I
New
haven't
Country,
paid attention.
Like it's got started. Like you have to sing in that twang voice. Even though, like, if you go back and listen to like real country music, nobody sang like that. Nobody sang like that.
Right.
Like Johnny Cash didn't sing like that.
No.
I mean, actually, a lot of them had those like really great lower register voices,
like Merle Haggard.
Yes. I mean, like,
for the earlier country stuff,
your soul.
Yeah.
For the earlier country stuff, I really enjoyed when that stuff was on. If you turn the volume all the way down or mute it, it was a lot more bearable for me. So I got no interest in Hank Jr., Senior, Third, or any of the other ones.
Somebody actually asked that earlier. What does Larry think of Hank Williams Senior?
Hank. Okay.
So if
Senior, was he the racist?
I don't know.
Was there a racist? I don't know.
I was making fun of the way some of those grunge singers sang.
Right. No one knows the definition of racist anymore. It's a
I'm sorry I
epidemic
shouldn't
in
have asked it
itself.
that way. I'm probably getting my country musicians mixed up.
Eric, sing for us. La 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 la. I don't know what to sing.
Larry, Black Sabbath, yes or no?
Ooh.
Ronnie James Dio, Black Sabbath.
Ooh,
Can't stand Ozzy.
look at you getting all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when did he leave though?
I don't know the years. I just know I don't like Ozzy.
When did Ozzy leave?
No, Dio.
Oh,
yeah.
you don't like Ozzy? You know, I was
No.
Why?
Shot
Give
in the
us-
Dark. Shot in the Dark came on earlier. That's
Look,
a
2 reasons.
fucking great song.
When I
love his
say
voice. I like-
that I don't like a particular artist, without exception, there's going to be a few gems, in their catalog that I enjoy. And he's got some songs.
Unless
But-
it's Van Halen, then you just fucking hate him outright.
I can't do anything with David Lee Roth.
No,
Microphone.
we know that.
Hey, we're right in the middle of a song. I'm just going to quit singing and start talking. And hey, every song is the same thing.
We've seen that episode of Aging Metal Bands. We understand.
I just don't care for him. But no, Ozzy, I just,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Other than that dance, Darrell does like, hoo-ya, hoo-ya.
Oh, that was so
And
brilliant.
he literally did that right as you were doing it. It was freaking awesome.
That's a good episode. That's a good episode.
But
anyways.
White Lion, though, on the other hand, they've come a long way. I like that.
Well, that guitarist.
Ugh.
The guitarist.
Van Halen or Van Hagar. Come on, let's get some more interesting questions. That's a classic question that everybody asks. Let's
Yanko
go
Rose.
deeper. Did you guys ever watch Beavis and Butthead on MTV?
I think we were Beavis
Did we?
and Butthead on MTV.
I know. Down to the fucking t-shirts and everything.
Yeah, Butthead had the braces. I had the braces.
I
Beavis had the big bouffant hair.
I think the first time I saw Beavis and Butthead, I started looking over my shoulder. I was like, somebody been watching us?
You used to set shit on fire. Remember? Yeah, Darrell was a pyromaniac, so yeah. Fire!
Fire!
Yeah. It really seemed like when Beavis Butthead came out, me and Darrell were like, well, I guess like everybody's like this. It didn't seem weird, or it didn't seem like they were copying us or we were anything special. It was like, oh, this is society. Everybody's Beavis Butthead. So we watched Beavis Butthead. We laugh. We're like, that's funny. Ass. And we're like, and that was the vibe back then. I guess not everybody was like that, but we didn't know that.
All right, Larry.
Yeah.
This might be a hard question for you to answer because you've got so many answers to it, but the most overrated band.
Queen.
Okay. I'm going to preface this because I've recently had a Facebook post where it went out of hand real quick.
There's a preface.
So the preface is this. I think it's possible to be great, but still be overrated. So when I say somebody or something is overrated, that doesn't necessarily mean that I think that they have no talent or that they're unworthy.
Right.
It's just that they get more credit or talent. They're credited more than I think they ought to. And Darrell's right. There's a lot of answers I can give for that. As unpopular as it is, I think the one that I keep going back to is it's the early Van Halen. I just don't. I mean, Led Zeppelin, sometimes they make it on my list, but there's honestly quite a few more Led Zeppelin songs that I can stomach than listening to David Lee Roth. And I will back off saying that Eddie Van Halen was overrated because he's not with us anymore. And I understand that he was pretty instrumental to a lot of young musicians. And since I don't know how to play anything but the air guitar, then, I'm not competent to comment on Eddie himself. But just the band as a whole, a couple of songs that were okay. But basically, when David Lee Roth starts singing, I'm changing the channel. I just don't. and I don't feel like I need to make excuses for myself. I'm 46 years old. I was born in 75. They started in the late 70s and kind of really got going in the early 80s. I didn't have, unlike Darrell, I didn't have, an older sibling to expose me to music or anything like that. So when that music was new and hot and hitting people that were 5 to 10 years older than me, or people my age had older brothers and sisters that they were listening to the stuff, maybe it would have had a different impact. But by the time I got around to listening to it, it just sounded like dated garbage to me. I just didn't care for it. And I'm sure I'm getting ripped right now. But that's you asked, so I'm going to shoot you straight.
All right, I got to jump in here real quick because I saw somebody posted Prince. I got to categorically disagree with that. I mean, just as a fucking guitarist, which no one thinks of him as, holy shit, that guy could smoke just about anyone just fucking playing guitar.
You're talking about Prince.
And
yeah.
And his singing and his songwriting. And I mean, I just categorically disagree with calling.
I mean,
Prince
there was a lot of
overrated.
Prince songs that he performed
underrated,
that were not written by Prince.
Yeah, I'd say Prince.
Sinead O'Connor.
Prince is maybe overrated for what he's popular for.
Wait, would you say, Eric? There's a lot of songs that he wrote that were for other people.
Well, yeah, but there was a lot of songs that he actually performed that he did not write.
What are you talking about?
I mean, exactly what I said. So he performed some songs that he did not write himself, but he wrote songs for other artists that were great. But I'm just saying that he's not a pure artist in the sense of everything that came out of his mouth came out of his imagination, his mind, and everything.
Well, I think,
which I guess is the case with megastars, right?
I think he saw talent where he saw it, and like if somebody wrote a great song,
right,
yeah.
But at that point, it's not even like a cover song. It's like, oh, thanks for the song. Okay, I'm gonna make this, and then it's a song.
What song did he do of Sinead O'Connor's?
No, actually, that was the
other way around.
Other way around.
That's the other way around.
Yeah, she did a Prince song.
Yeah, Nothing Compares to You was Prince's song. But it goes both ways, and that's fine. I love Prince.
And the Bangles, Manic Monday.
Was that written by Prince?
Yes.
I probably knew that, but that's awesome.
Once you do know that and you listen,
my sister loves that song.
You're like, oh yeah, I can totally hear fucking Prince singing this song.
Right.
It sounds like a Prince song.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is Liz still here? Hello, calling my sister. Are you still in the building?
Liz, could you please acknowledge the text chain, please?
Oh wait, she is. I scrolled up and she said
she loves
Eric is a weirdo. Okay.
Yes.
This is
she
true.
loves. She loves.
Oh, she says I still love the Bengals. Okay.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. That chick was.
But yeah, Bengals are great. Prince was great. Cyndi Lauper was great.
Yep.
It's just a random thing, but
Let me tell you who wasn't great. Madonna.
Madonna. What? So tell us why your distaste for Madonna.
Simple Minds is a great band.
Simple Minds. Ooh, yes.
That's an underrated band. Somebody was actually asking underrated bands, so let's go to that. But there's an underrated band in the States. They were huge in their native Scotland and the UK, but they never really translated other than that one big hit of theirs. Don't You Forget About Me, which was actually they didn't write.
Forget about me.
It was written by, I don't know who wrote it. I can't remember, but it was originally offered to Billy Idol. He turned it down, went to Simple Minds, and they made it the biggest fucking hit of their career.
Ooh, that's true. You know, one of my really good, I see somebody said the Smiths, love the Smiths.
Love the Smiths.
In the 9th grade, I guess I was introduced to them. And
what do you think about the Smiths, Larry?
I don't.
You couldn't even tell me a Smith song, could you?
I honestly could not. But here's something that's interesting. I have a 16-year-old son, and he listens to all kinds of shitty music. Okay, everything from like Drake and like modern pop and hip hop shit to other stuff. And he'll randomly send me text messages. He's gotten into vinyl records and all that, so he's buying a bunch of stuff. And he'll randomly send me texts throughout, the week or whatever. And he discovered Pink Floyd.
Oh, really?
And he's like, "This is pretty cool." And
yes.
then the Smiths. I mean, he's been saying, I need to check out the Smiths. I need to check out the Smiths. And I think the other day in his car, I think I heard something that wasn't very good, and he told me that's what it was. So, so he's listening to stuff.
Look,
I love
if you're gonna get into the Smiths, get The Queen Is Dead. That's their
Queen Is Dead, absolutely quintessential. There's a
album.
light that never
Holy
goes
shit.
out.
Yeah, that's such a great song.
The Boy with a Thorn in the Side. So Vicar in a Tutu. There's everything.
Yeah. Symmetry Gates.
Oh, Symmetry Gates. Oh, that's one of my faves.
Yeah.
It goes on and on. It's impossible for me to hate any of those songs. I can't project that upon anyone else, but
I'll let him know. I don't think I'll be getting into them, but I'll let him know.
It is fascinating. Oh man, what was that? What was that other thing? Okay, talk amongst yourselves. There was something else.
Joy Division, New Order, great. It always trips me out that that's like essentially the same band.
Yeah.
And I really like Joy Division, though. His name, the lead singer who killed himself, I can't think of his name right now. But anyways, like I don't know, like he wasn't a good singer in the traditional sense, but his voice was
Ian Curtis.
Ian Curtis, thank you.
I had to search it, so
his voice was perfect for that band. It's just like,
sometimes it just works out that way.
Exactly. It was like just one of those perfect things. And then New Order, completely different. But like, if you know Joy Division, New Order, you can kind of hear the thread, even though it's like leagues different styles of music.
Yeah. Just like that lead singer of Nickelback. Perfect voice for a cheesy band, right? So I just saw a comment from our 80s life. The Smiths are solid. Yes, they are. That's either Abby or Keith over there. If y'all haven't checked out our 80s life channel, that's sweet. I just told you about it the other day, Darrell.
Yeah.
I was
All right,
watching.
I can't stand by and have somebody. Depeche Mode is not bad. They are a great fucking band. Martin Gore is an
I
amazing
love Depeche Mode.
songwriter.
Oh yeah, Personal Jesus. I mean, there's so many good Depeche Mode.
So many good songs. I mean, maybe the style just isn't for you, but to say that they're bad is categorically incorrect.
Yes.
If you disagree with Darrell, you're categorically incorrect.
No, look, Martin Gore is a talented songwriter. They are exceptional musicians. So to say that they're bad is incorrect.
Oh, by the way, I saw.
You may not like them, and I can't argue that. But to say that they're bad is, I don't know.
I saw a comment from Liz that says, "I got them into the Smiths." I think she did.
Of course she did. Of course she did.
Of course she did.
I 100% give Liz Fullerton the credit for getting me into the Smiths.
Yeah. And during that period, you had The Cure, you had Stone Roses, love Stone Roses,
Jane's Addiction,
Susie and the Banshees. I saw them live. They were a little bit out of my league. I dated a girl that loved them and went and saw them live. I didn't love them as much, really, but they were pretty good. But The Cure and Stone Roses, oh my God. A lot of those, what are they like? Not synth pop, not alternative.
Who are you talking about?
Not like Cure and Smiths and you know what I mean? Like that whole genre. I don't know what they are. They're
Well, I've got a word for it, but I'll keep it to myself.
new wave. I don't.
It's like Euro pop, or I think was
No, not Europop. I knew some Europop. That stuff sounded like ABBA. That stuff was poppy.
Yeah, but
this
ABBA,
is like
ABBA's the 70s.
almost kind of like
Manchester music. Yeah,
almost kind of like vibey, ambient, almost maybe depressive kind
Berlin
of
was a good band.
Europe pop. It was okay, Larry. What is it? Tell us a good adjective that explains this genre of music.
Shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I
he's done
shouldn't.
it single-handedly. Larry has explained it all.
I shouldn't have said that. As Darrell said, it's not my cup of tea. So, maybe I shouldn't voice an opinion on it. I don't understand how those people sold any records. But hey,
they're saying emo. Emo.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Okay, maybe you're right. The Cure and all those guys.
Some sort of progressive emo, poppy, wannabe grunge predecessor.
Tears for Fears was a great band. Okay, here's a great question that was posed, and this might be a deep dive, but will hair metal ever come back?
Did it ever leave? No.
No. I mean, like as a genre, as a time-defining genre, like it was. Could you ever see that happening again?
I don't. Not to that level. I think certainly there's hair metal performers, bands, and stuff that have that really never hung it up. There's some that have gotten back in the fold because it's profitable now. The money comes from the touring, not the record sales. But I think that people's attention span and the internet have probably made it to where it's not real possible for an era like that to happen anymore. It used to take a long time for stuff to get old. It used to take a long time for people to get tired of something or something new to come along. You had essentially from, as far as rock and roll or hair metal or whatever, I won't say early 80s, but from the, early to mid 80s, 83, 84, I think is when that stuff was really kind of hitting its stride. And then come 85, 86, with the bigger hair and the more feminine look and all that. But that thing went for 5, 6, 7 years before, grunge and all of that kind of came along. I just think the people's attention spans are too short now. I don't think that an era like that'll happen. I think that kind of music or that kind of attitude may take hold, but I don't think it'll last like a decade or anything like that. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that before COVID shut everything down, you had Motley Crue, Poison, Def Leppard, and Joan Jett that were doing stadium only tours, and that's pretty mind blowing in 2020, 2021 that these has-beens that haven't put out any new music that anybody cares about in decades are able to sell tens of thousands of tickets for each event, and that it's not worth their time to play smaller venues. So I definitely think that there's a demand and a hunger for the nostalgia of it. I just don't, like my son, he's my only connection to the young crowds and how he looks at stuff, and songs that he loved 2 or 3 years ago. When he hears them now, it doesn't have that same reaction like Darrell and Eric and I used to have with, oh yeah, I love that. Like Eric was just reminiscing about some of the Smith songs and stuff. I remember that. He hears that stuff and it's like, that's an old one. That's old. Like it's not in fashion anymore. So it's like, oh, it was your favorite song 2 years ago. He's like, yeah, it's that was old.
So it's devalued.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't see how it could ever possibly come back the way it happened then. Can you imagine a new band that no one's ever heard of? Not a nostalgia act, like, a recognizable name with songs. Brand new band, and they're wearing skin tight pants, and they've got big bouffant hair, and and chains and buckles, and they're like just
that's still Panther you're talking about.
Yeah, see, but
right, they're a novelty act.
And I'll tell you something about Steel Panther. I don't know them from fucking Adam, other than I've seen clips of them on YouTube, and I'm like, that guy's wearing a fucking wig. This is a joke, right? It's a joke. They're not. But like, if a band came out and they were fucking dead serious, just
what about the darkness,
every
man?
band, like every band back in the day, they were dead fucking serious.
Yeah, but I think
and we didn't laugh at
right.
them.
I'm not arguing with you.
Today, if you saw somebody dressed like that today, and they came out with their song like, "Yeah, baby, I love you, and you're gonna love me when you see my top pants," you'd be like, "What the? This is fucking ridiculous."
I mean, I'd listen to it.
Like I said, The Darkness came out, and I think they were serious.
Oh yeah,
they were.
But a lot of people thought that it was a tongue-in-cheek joke,
But
yeah, that's
they were more a play on. I would say they were more a play on 70s, not 80s music.
Yeah, 70s classic rock, but still, they were like a parody crossover. Like they started off as like, hey, let's insert all the tropes as we can, right? But make it really valuable, like really awesome music, right? So as they started doing it and making these music videos that were like, one of the music videos was like in a spaceship with like aliens, and it was ridiculous. And the other one was like on mountaintops and stuff. And
but was it ridiculous? Yes, it was ridiculous. But were they serious? I mean, you've seen "Looks That Kill" video. Yeah. They were dead serious. Like
dead serious.
That was
And like I don't know anything like personally about like I don't know these people, but through like interviews and stuff like that. They've kind of revealed that they've kind of come from this like almost like Weird Al realm to like the serious, like we want to like do this because this is our passion, and they got both worlds watching them and loving them.
I think the main thing that's going to keep an era like that happening again is, I think the curtain has been pulled back, on so much And one of the downsides to the internet, I've said this a lot. You take a band like Kiss, and I know that was '70s, but their shtick was you're not going to see us without makeup. We're going to put on a kick-ass show, explosions, and nobody knows what we look like. If a band came out today, their real life pictures, including their high school yearbook and their middle school yearbook and their kid photos, and everything would be available on the internet the same day that they said you're not going to see us without being covered up.
Right.
So the mystique of it all, we lived in Huntsville, Alabama, and we fancied ourselves rockers because we wanted that LA Strip lifestyle that we saw portrayed in the videos. We didn't have anything like that around here, and I remember thinking when Motley Crue released their uncensored video, it was their little 45-minute home video. I thought it was the most awesome thing to see them in like normal clothes.
Oh yeah.
Like when I was that age, I guess I thought Nikki Sixx woke up on an average day and he teased his hair up, 8 feet tall, and then he put on, the skin tight leather or the spandex, tuxedo suit, and that he just walked around in these 8-inch, platform boots all day.
Yeah.
Like, I got to go to Kroger's. I'm gonna, I'll hop in my car and go down there. It never dawned on me.
Bananas and fruit with their
it never dawned on me that he probably wore blue jeans and a t-shirt, on his off day, and that he was kind of playing a character. And I just think that with the curtain pulled back, I don't know if anything like that'll, ever happen again.
Yeah,
which is sad.
We've all seen the truth.
It was fun.
It's almost like the Matrix metaphor, the red pill, the blue pill, whatever. It's like we've already seen down the rabbit hole, which is Twitter, right? When Twitter emerged, it destroyed all the mystique and magic of like celebrity life, because we're like, oh yeah, they just wake up and eat pancakes too. Oh, and they take pictures of them too. So it's like nothing like magical about celebrities anymore. So like after the year 2007, everybody was on equal playing ground. It was like, that's when YouTube started to excel. It was like, okay, well, here's a platform for everybody, celebrity or common man. So it was like, make something compelling and people will watch. And that's the year that it was just equal.
Yeah.
Before,
and the attitude, back,
whoa, what are these people like in real life?
And back then in the 80s, it was, it was smoke and mirrors. I mean, that was the image that was portrayed. You never heard of rock stars being married. You never, a lot of them were married. They had families, and all of that. You never heard about that because that wasn't part of the image. I remember when I was, 11, 12 years old, watching the Kiss Exposed video, I really thought Paul Stanley, woke up every morning with 9 naked women in his bed and ate, post cereal with root beer, because that's what he did in the video. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I guess Gene's got 4 women in his dungeon that just put their heads, through the thing and switch around when he tells them to. Right. Because as a young person, it's like, well, it's pretty cool that they live that way. It was just, it was just characters that they were playing. So.
Yeah. So it's a brave new world. Here we are. We're all grunge, basically, right? We came from like a spectacular glitter-filled life to all of a sudden, like, we're real people, just like you and me. We're all real people, except for Larry with his friggin'
that's the thing about rock and roll. It was always selling an image, and when you can no longer sell that dream, like, what do you got anymore?
I think of I think of the world in abundance, right? Not in a hippie way or a spiritual way, but like there's plenty of avenues and plenty of possibilities and plenty of combinations. You just got to think and do it. In the 80s, there were those possibilities. In the 90s, there were different ones. In the 220, you know what I mean? Like, There's plenty of them. And then when you look back in 2021, you go, wow, they were so cool for thinking of doing this. But now you're thinking, well, this is stupid. Like, there's nothing special about now. It's all perspective and possibilities, and on the internet, it's all about the algorithm. It's
Right.
it is what it is. I'm having fun. We're in our 40s. We haven't died yet. There's still much to learn, discover, and do. And seems like the path we're on is pretty good. In fact, we just talked about, you know what? I'm not going to talk about what we talked about tonight, because we just filmed an episode that's going to be pretty sweet. And we're going to put it out this weekend. It's going to be a fast turnaround, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We'll
But,
say this weekend is here.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Expect it out on Sunday. Don't expect anything by tomorrow.
Kind of late.
Yeah. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. But and here I am drinking this. So
Wow, you've really put that bottle away.
Yeah, that was full not too long ago.
That was fucking full when we started this.
you know whose fault that is? Yours.
I got everyone's gonna
Yeah,
point the
Darrell
finger
says,
at me.
"Hey." Eric says, I think I don't want to go live because I haven't eaten yet. And I said, yeah, I don't want to go live
Because
right
I don't stay
now.
up after 9.
Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock. I've got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I haven't eaten yet. And Darrell says, hey, but look, we'll just go live. It'll be 10 minutes. That was like, what, 2 hours ago?
Yeah.
Jorge Valdez Castaneda, thank you. Has some video game moments from the late 80s and early 90s.
Oh, wait, you do?
Yeah. Do you or do you want us to talk about video games?
Do we? Video game moments. Darrell recorded himself playing King's Quest 4, I think.
You were there.
Heroes Quest 1 or 2. I recorded myself, like, nowadays those are called let's plays, right? There's a genre of video where you record yourself playing video games and you commentate through them. But back in those days, we just wanted to record it. That way we could like rewind or fast forward it and go back to the moment and relive it or see it and not have to actually play the game. So we have all these game moments. I have footage of me in 1986 playing the Nintendo before I met Darrell. Me and Liz playing Gyro, Super Mario, playing all these games. Yeah, we got a ton of game videos. We don't want to bore anybody with like let's play videos, but Excite Bike was a good. Oh, I love Excite Bike, man. I got super excited about that. Seventh Guest, that was a good one too. That was a CD-ROM. That had the CD-ROM video on it. That was the full FMV, right? Full motion video.
Mm.
Those. Like Phantasm from Sierra.
Oi, Ricardo from Brazil. How you doing?
Oddworld was an excellent one too. Loved Oddworld. Atari or NES? Look at my shirt. That's my answer.
The controller. I want to like grab your shirt and like A-A-B-B-A. Actually, Larry, you were way better at Super Mario Brothers than I was. That was like
I was never destined to be a gamer because the only games I could play were the scrollers, left to right, jump, duck, and shoot. Anything more than that, like
right.
I remember when like the Legend of Zelda came out and you had to go knock on doors and get clues and do stuff. I was like, this is not for me. I don't care for this shit at all.
Too much.
But that was I just like the simpleton games and still that way.
What is a simpleton game? Like Pong?
But that was a good one. I think the most complicated I ever got was probably Kid Icarus for Nintendo.
Oh man, Kid
yes.
Icarus frustrated the crap out of me, man. It was so difficult. So hard. Love the soundtrack though. Love the music. That's something I would play today. Maybe. I don't know. It was frustrating. Who else blew into the Nintendo cartridges? All of us.
Had to.
We're so dirty. Duck Hunt. Love Duck Hunt. Yeah. The little dog. Lol, Larry is awesome. That's true.
Well, thanks, guys.
True. What's up, guys? You just made it a great Friday night. Awesome to see Larry on.
Glad to be here in this late hour.
Yes. Rad Racer. Love Rad Racer. Actually, Rad Racer on the console sucked, but Rad Racer in the arcade was nice because it had different power-ups. Plus, you had the pedal. You don't have
Paperboy. What a fucking frustrating game.
Paperboy in the arcade was awesome.
I
though.
always wanted to play it because it had the cool like interface because it was like a real fucking bicycle, but it
Yeah.
was so hard.
It was definitely hard. It was super hard. Anything you've even touched, like a manhole cover or like a tree or a bush or
yeah.
oncoming cars, obviously. But the tricky thing that really sucked for arcade goers was when you're driving along and there's an intersection and you're always driving on a little sidewalk, right? So when the intersection comes, cars are going back and forth, and it was impossible to stop. You couldn't stop. You could slow down to be real slow, or you could speed up, right? So when you come to intersections, it was like, okay, what's the algorithm have for me today? It was either like 3 fast cars that come and you slow down and then you speed up, or there was literally no clear answer. So even the Paperboy Pros had no actual strategy. There was no actual strategy to the game. It was pure luck. It was, do you slow down for the sidewalk decline, or do you speed up, or do you just, because like your eyeballs aren't good enough. Like whatever you see isn't what you're going to get, because what you get there means something entirely different.
He has about finished that bottle, hasn't he?
It was a big conundrum. It was a very big conundrum. I'm down here. I'm way down here, folks. See that devil?
Oh,
see the head exploding? See the brains coming out?
I think that's supposed to be fire. What did you guys think of the games, the playable cartoons, Dragon's Lair and Space Ace?
Space Ace. Nice.
I loved watching people play. I sucked, man. I couldn't do them
hard.
at all.
It was impossible. I don't think I ever saw anyone get to the end of either of those games.
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think most of the time you just watch like the first couple of scenes and then that's it. They would just die over and over again. You'd never get any further. So hard. Yeah. It was all about this like infinitesimal timing that you had to get just right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah, it was about timing, reaction, and just.
Yeah, but they had that.
To do it over.
They had that one at Showbiz Pizza, man, and every time I went, there was always seemed like there was one kid there that was like pretty good at it. And, you know, I saved my tokens. I just watched him, you know, because it had the big projection screen you could see.
And the whole crowd around him, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now Darrell used to play. He was the first one that I knew that played the very first Street Fighter.
Oh, you know, with the big counters?
The fight game or whatever?
Yeah.
With the big
Time
counter
out at Madison Square Mall.
Yeah, time out. Were you hitting the big ones or when they modified it?
The pads. I remember.
You really?
I remember Eric. I
We
remember
didn't
going.
know each other.
What do you mean we didn't know each other?
We didn't know each other back then.
No.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
I
Because
remember.
we would have joined forces, and I never joined.
Maybe you all
any
played
force
each other and didn't even
back
know.
in SF1.
No,
I'm serious.
I remember
because I entered the SF1 tournament when I was a tiny little kid, pounding on those big ass buttons.
Well, I remember going to timeout with you, Eric, at the Madison Square Mall, right by the
right next to the
court.
McDonald's, right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right. Yeah, the McDonald's was the closest thing.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
we would grab a table right in front of timeout. We'd hang out
Yep.
there, and then we'd go in, and we'd come out. We go in. But I remember, like the day that they transitioned from the pads to the buttons, because
Oh yeah.
I had played it a couple times, like, oh, this is really fucking hard, oh, you just pounding this thing, and then one day you show up and it's like it's regular buttons, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
suddenly, oh, this is happening now.
Yeah.
Hadouken,
Yeah.
all day long.
And the spank kick, who get, and the like all that. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was crazy times, man. Because I remember there was a whole culture of people that had no idea what was happening. They would stand around the machine. There would be a huge crowd and watching, like, whoa, there it is. And whenever a special move happened, like the Hayayukin, like the spinning round kick or the or the fireball, whoosh, would happen. They're like, how'd you do that? And nobody would ever say how they did it. Like, I'm pretty confident to say like 90% of the people accidentally did a move and pretended to know how they did it and didn't say how they did it because they didn't freaking know. But I knew exactly how they did it because I was there every freaking day and spent way too many quarters. Anyway, so I know exactly the technique, and it was hilarious to watch people like. Anyway, so fast forward to Darrell. Here we are, the masters of the universe. What happened next? We're the masters.
You're
of
the
the
one
universe.
telling the story. Where do you go from here?
Well, so I remember SF2 coming out. What happened with SF2? Well, fast forward all this jibber jabber. Mortal Kombat. That's what really happened. Mortal Kombat came out, and I traveled down to I traveled to other cities. I traveled like literally. I entered tournaments. The whole like trying to find a combination or a secret behind a video game move was shattered because of the internet. And by the internet, I mean BBSs and dialing into servers in your local city, which wasn't really the internet, but whatever. So I dominated the whole South America. Not really. Huntsville was kind of dominated, really, by me.
I could have taken you. We never crossed paths.
I mean, nobody actually defeated me, and then I went to Birmingham, and I entered 3 different tournaments and won all 3 of them, first place.
Which character?
Scorpion. So
Get
Scorpion.
over here.
Yes, Scorpion was my favorite. Katana was second up, with MK2 and on. But and then after that, I returned to Huntsville, and I started entering Killer Instinct.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the name of that one. Yeah, with the dinosaurs. And stuff.
Yes, and Orchid.
Oh,
I
played
won
that.
so much money with Orchid. So Orchid was my fave. So this is the life of me without creating things. This is me consuming. That's my consumer life, if you will. Not that that's bad. I love consuming. Come on now.
I played Killer Instinct more on the Nintendo 64 than I did on any. I don't even know if I ever played it on arcade.
Oh, it was jacked on consoles.
I thought it was great on 64.
If all you know, then that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, but for me, coming from consoles, it was jacked.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I loved it. I would go around. I would snake some people. I would, man, I sharked so many people. Man, it was so crazy, man. It was all like, I have written a script for a TV show, like a series of a guy who goes to bowling alleys and kicks people's asses in video games in exchange for power, money, opportunities, different types of, like, this is a thought out thing.
Well, when he gets done at the bowling alley, does he go back to his mom's basement, or
He does. He does. Thank you for that comment, Larry. But he does. This is a sad individual. But a very powerful one too, because he can kick everyone's ass with
at least in his mind?
one
Indeed.
quarter. Yes.
Well, I think on that note, sadly, we must come to an end.
I don't even know how to turn this thing off.
But for those of you who joined us later this week, this time period, this general time period has been our first anniversary of the Eric and Darrell channel. Also like to thank Larry for being a huge part of that.
Appreciate it, guys.
And all of you for being a huge part of it. This has been a completely unexpected and crazy journey. And we shall continue.
What if this was the Larry, Eric, and Darrell channel? Would that be like LED?
Almost like
LED?
Led Zeppelin. And then
Larry loves
Larry
Led
would
Zeppelin.
hate
So
it.
that kind of works out because he dreams about him, loves him so much. Yeah. Okay.
There's only so much awesomeness that can be exposed at once. You know, you got to take me in doses.
Yes.
But I enjoy getting on with the guys. I enjoy, I enjoy when they do ask me to come on, and as long as my schedule is good and clear, I'm always happy to do that. It's going to be a little hectic over the next few months where I'm living. We're just now getting court started back up. I've got several jury trials kind of on the horizon because we haven't been able to try cases in the last year. So, fortunately, I think my hands will be tied a little bit time-wise, but I always try to make time if I can.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And make time he does. We're gonna play a band together. Larry on bass. I'm on freaking accordion. And Darrell, he's on. What you on?
I'll strum the guitar.
Is that it?
And
Are you gonna play the no strings? Clong, 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 clong,
Maybe you were right,
clong,
Darrell. Maybe
clong.
it's time to just log off.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll do it again next time, whenever that is. All right.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Turn it off.